My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review for the Batman Season 4. And after I rewatched Season 1, I was really worried I wasn't going to like this show as much as I used to. But by this point, the show has really found its footing and it's legitimately great. Season 4 is easily my favorite season so far. And let's begin talking about the cast. I've said it multiple times, but I'll keep repeating myself. Ryan Reynolds' performance as Bruce Wayne and Batman is just perfect for this version of the character. He just has so much personality and he carries over the spirit incredibly well, and he's just really great here. Evan Sabella as Dick Grayson, I think, is just fantastic. Plenty of personality, he can hit those comedic beats, and yeah, I think he's a great new addition. And then you've got Daniel Judovitz as Batgirl, who continues to be great. Plenty of personality, and I really like their chemistry as a team, especially Robin and Batgirl. The jokes they tell each other do keep the show entertaining, and I'm gonna go through this season episode by episode. So first we've got the introduction to Dick Grayson in A Matter of Family, and I think this is a great origin story. It's able to tell a lot of story in just 20 minutes, and you really understand why Bruce Wayne takes him in and raises him the way he does. Because there's only two options. Either he's an absent dad, or he gives him a costume as well. And he chooses the latter, and it just really works for me. Then we've got Team Penguin, where we've got the Bat team working together, and I really like their dynamic. I like it when Batgirl finds out Batman is Bruce Wayne. I like Killer Moth, how he starts off as a joke of a character, but turns into a real threat by the end. Kind of reminds me of the Spot in Across the Spider-Verse, but clearly this came out almost 2 decades before. Clayfaces. Okay, I'm kind of mixed on this episode because I love so much about it. Basil is such a well-written character. Well, he thinks he's failing in life because of how he looks, but when it turns out that's not the case, he just kind of snaps and he wants all the attention. And that really works for me. And how he's much bigger and meaner and nastier than Ethan Bennett. Love everything to do with his character here. Ethan Bennett, I feel like they kind of backtracked with his character. In the episode Meltdown, it became clear that this is who he is now, and his redemptive arc I don't really buy. But still, a great episode. Everywhere Man is one of my favorite episodes of the show. I don't know if this is an original villain or not, but I never heard of him before this show, and it's just a very interesting and unique character. I like how you kind of feel hopeless for Batman in moments, but how he uses his smarts to get him out of this situation. Bringing up free will and the fact that anyone can be erased like that was really great. And yeah, great episode. I also kind of like how we've got an angle of Robin trying to help Batman out and them sneaking throughout the building. Then we've got The Breakout, which is another great episode. Batman's captured, and Batgirl and Robin have to work together to keep Black Mask away from his thugs. And I thought it was very intense. It was entertaining. Black Mask is a great villain, and I loved the addition of Number One. Just a very minor character, but he stands out, and it's just lots of great character moments. You feel the weight of everything happening, and I dug it. But then we've got my favorite episode of the show, and it's Strange New World. You know me, you know I like creepy stuff. I love zombies. So to have a zombie episode in this show is just great. And it's really smart. Like, They tell you so much at the start, but you kind of just throw that away. You don't think too much about it, but I don't know. I don't want to give it away, but the way the plot progresses is just really well done. I think it's a brilliant episode, and it's one of the best of the. It is the best. Then we've got Artifacts, which I don't really like. It's fine. The Mr. Freeze design is pretty cool, and I get what they're going for, but it's just not why I watch this version of Batman, if you know what I mean. But it's not a bad episode. Seconds, I think, is great. Besides the obvious flaw that this guy going nuts allows him to manipulate time. But I don't know if that makes any sense. But anyways, lots of great character work, lots of depths, and just a very unique villain. Once again, is he original for this show? Because if so, they're really hitting it out of the park. Then we've got Two of a Kind, the introduction to Harley Quinn. And I think they nailed her character. I like how they use a slightly different spin, but they still captured the tragic nature of her character. Especially by the end where Joker just leaves her to be captured, but then he leaves a whoopee cushion being like, keep smiling, and she's back in love with him again. It just shows you that she's gone, and it's really well done. And Hayden Watch as her voice, great. Really impressive work. Then we've got Riddler's Revenge, who, like, I really dug this episode. Riddler, we don't really see him too much, but I love how they give him some depth here. We get his origin story, and we just see kind of how broken and how petty he is. But I just love the ending of the episode where Batman says to Robin, when is the villain not the villain? And you can just see Riddler tearing up. I don't know, they bring a level of depth to him that wasn't there before. And that's what I felt like season 1 was missing. So they're just really knocking it out of the park here. Then we've got Rumors, that I feel like is probably most people's favorite episode. I do like it. I do like the character and everything it's trying to do here. I just feel like this should have been a 2-part episode. Like, Batman doesn't kill. That's his principle. And I don't think they dive into that enough. They needed more time. And at the end of this episode where Batman's facing off against legitimately everyone, it should be so exciting, but it's kind of over like that. I don't know, just kind of underwhelming. Still a fine episode, but not my favorite. And then the joining, I think, is good entertainment, nothing great. Yeah, so overall, like, most of these episodes are great. I love most of them. They give depth to their villains now, and it's just a much more compelling show because of it. Not every episode is a home run, but plenty are, actually. So I'll give The Batman Season 4 an 8 out of 10. Okay, have you seen The Batman Season 4? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.